Hey everybody, Miss Sam here. I'm here today with another craft that you guys can do with some stuff you have lying around the house. I hope that your summer quest is going great. I know we're winding down this week, but I have had so much fun with all of our activities and logging all of our things on Beanstack, and I hope you have too. So, about today's craft. I'm sure that if you're anything like me, you love coloring. You've probably spent a lot of time in the past few months coloring page after page after page. I, for one, find it really relaxing and super calming to just sit there and just color in my coloring books while I'm either watching TV or listening to an audiobook or a podcast or any number of things. But then the problem is, what am I supposed to do with all of these coloring pages? I mean, my fridge is only so big, you know? So, I've decided to show you guys one thing that you can do to turn some of those extra coloring pages into something that looks even cooler. It's super simple and it doesn't take a whole lot of supplies. So, what I use for this craft, I have some string, which is not important if you don't have it, don't worry about it. I can also use tape, I can use glue, I can use anything else that I have lying around the house. I needed a little dish, so I had this lying around, but you can use a cup, you can use a bowl, you can use an upside down lid, and a paintbrush. If you don't have a paintbrush, you can use a cotton swab, you can use a paper towel, you can use anything that you can use to wipe on paper. So we'll talk about that in a second. And then you're just going to need some vegetable oil. I'm sure that olive oil or any other kind of cooking oil would work as well, but this is what I had lying around my kitchen. So we're going to use that today. And then the most important part, you're going to need a coloring page. So the important part about the coloring page is that you use a page that you aren't too attached to, and you're going to want to find the coolest spot on that page. So what do I mean by that? I have a coloring page here, like a little ladybug, and I decided that I wanted to color the ladybug head and maybe some of the leaves. So I had an empty tape roller lying around, and I put it up against the paper and I traced a circle so that when I'm ready, I can color inside the circle and then cut it out. And when you cut your coloring page out, you can go ahead and you can color it however you want. You can make it any color you want. You can use any kind of coloring page. It could be a rocket ship, it could be a space car, it could be a superhero, it could be a dog, it could be just color in general. But here's where it gets a little messy. So as you can see, I have some paper towels down here. So you're going to take your coloring page and you're going to put it marker side down. So I didn't try to do this with crayons, but I know that watercolor paint and markers will both be okay with this. I'm sure that crayons would be too, and you should always feel free to experiment with anything that you want. But you're going to take your paintbrush, your Q-tip, your cotton ball, whatever it is that you're using, and you're going to paint the back of your coloring page. And this part is actually kind of cool. You guys can't really see what's going on here, but when you do it, you're going to notice that almost instantly, you're going to see the front of your coloring page behind it. So I have another one that I colored and I painted yesterday. And if you turn it over, you can kind of see how on this side, it's still solid white like a normal piece of paper because I didn't put oil on that side. But on this side, where I put the oil and I let it dry, you can see the other side. And this is what's going to help turn it into a sun catcher. So you can kind of see with my rocket ship how this is kind of coming through the back. But it's still super wet, so we're going to set the rocket ship aside. We're not going to be able to use that one today, but that is okay because I still have this one. So once the back of this is all oiled up and you let it dry, the next step is really simple. So you're going to take string and you're going to cut a piece of string however long you want. And you're going to have to somehow tape it to the back of your sun catcher, just like this. Okay? And then you're going to want to take another piece of tape and you're going to want to tape the sun catcher to the glass. When all is said and done, you can turn any coloring page into a sun catcher. And when you put it in your window, the light's going to shine right through and make the colors look like stained glass. So hopefully you have all kinds of coloring pages lying around that you can try stuff with. The only other thing I'd say about this is not to let the circles disappoint you, because there's nothing stopping you from taking any coloring page that you can find and deciding that you want to do a little bit of a different shape, and deciding that maybe you want to use more than just a single piece of the coloring sheet. So you can take all of these coloring sheets and do whatever you want. The only thing you have to remember is that the oil is going to be goopy, that you're going to have to let it dry, and that you're going to have to put the oil on the white side of the paper. But other than that, everything else is all up to you. So I really hope that you have had a lot of fun this summer with SummerQuest. I know that I have. I hope you've been logging your minutes, writing reviews. I hope you've been making all of those crafts. And I know that we would all love to see if you're going to be doing any of this, the kind of stuff that you guys are making. So don't forget to tag us in any photos that you post, because we would all love to take a look. So I hope that you guys have a really great day and have some fun coloring. Bye.